And Soto, we are live, and
We're live.
we're going to talk a little sports. The NFL playoffs are starting in a couple days, and man, this has been a weird ass season. I love
Right?
it. I love it. I love the unpredictability. I love that there's majority of teams who weren't in it last year. I love the fact that I don't think there's one dominant team, like one team that we're like, oh, they're definitely going to make it. Because we I know we give the shit, to the Chiefs the past 8 years, blah blah blah, because they made so many. Eagles had their little run, but looking at this, group soda, I mean, there's a couple I can probably knock out, but I'm only saying a couple. Like I can see five, maybe six teams from the NFC making it, and probably the same in the AFC. There's only a couple like there's no way they can make it. I guess anything's possible, but what have been your thoughts for this year so far?
Well, who do you think is not going to make it? Like, are you talking about make it all the way to the Super Bowl? Like, you don't
Correct.
think they have a
Make it all the
shot?
way to the Super Bowl. Like I'll be honest, I do not see the Carolina Panthers winning the Super Bowl, making it to the Super Bowl. So I'm sorry. I
You're
would
doubting your Carolina Panthers. You've been such a Carolina Panthers fan for quite
no.
quite a bit now.
No. I just said Donald's been
You,
doing this
you,
shit. Somehow
well,
we
you predicted Carolina well, you didn't do it on purpose, but you
I
basically cursed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and had them lose to the Panthers eventually.
no. They took
So
but that all right. So that right there, Soto, that is the most hilarious thing that happened the final week. Tampa Bay beat Carolina, and they had the
yeah,
division lead because of the head to head. Then the
yep,
Falcons played the Saints the next day, or two, whatever it was.
yes,
And in a
yep,
weird twist of fate, if Atlanta beat the Saints, which they obviously did, it created a three-way tie where the
yeah.
tiebreakers are different, hence giving Carolina the win. So Atlanta
Oh,
and New
weird.
Orleans, who were mathematically out of the playoffs at that time, were playing for two
Yeah.
teams who had all their hopes on them. And the Saints actually have been playing well the last few weeks. I mean, I'm not saying they were dominant, but they went on a little win streak. But yeah, so
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield beat the Panthers. He did that, and that Saturday, and he's like, okay, they're one. But because the Falcons beat the Saints, that gave Carolina the division. All I think I said was Carolina's still technically in it, and yeah, they have a decent running game with Donald and Hubbard, but they don't have much else. I'm sorry. So no, I do not see the Carolina Panthers making it to the Super Bowl. The odds are stacked against them, even in Vegas. But yeah, so but our teams are in it, and they've definitely
Yeah.
had a very interesting years, separately for different reasons. But so let's I want to take
Yeah.
a look at some games. But yeah, so first of all, before we look, how are you feeling? How are you feeling as a Pats fan? What is exciting? How has everything changed for you this year? Because I know beginning of the year we're like, if they go 500, that's a win. If they make the playoffs, that's like a bonus. For both, we're like, yeah, we've seen it. This is where they're at right now. But both teams surprises. But how shocked have you
You know,
been the fact that how well the Patriots have been doing?
well, I mean, they're ahead of schedule from where I thought they were going to be, but I've been very consistent about this all year. I mean, this is a team that, I think their ceiling really is, the divisional round and to, maybe get to the AFC Championship. But if anybody had told me, hey, you know what, they're going to go to the wild card and then, maybe they have a chance to win that, they get the divisional round and they lose, I'm like, okay, great foundation, stuff to build on. That's what I'm looking at. I still think the Patriots are flawed on defensive side of things. Drake May is, I mean, he's having a season. He broke Tom Brady's accuracy record for a season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tom Brady is considered one of the greatest of all time in his second year. But I've always been very, very consistent with this opinion as well. That just because the Patriots could have a quarterback that is better than Tom Brady physically and talent and everything like that, it doesn't mean they're going to win Super Bowls. Like that, the rarity of Tom Brady and everything that happened in that 20-year run, like everything worked out perfectly for them to win 6 Super Bowls. They lost two as well. Um, so I guess to my mentality is I'm just happy to be here. Like I think they have a really good chance against the Chargers. The
Yeah, they do.
Chargers. coming into the Chargers are a bitch ass warm weather team, which we love to see in New England at this time of the year. Because as you know, going outside, it fucking sucks out here. And I think that Sunday night is going to be, looks like some precipitation. It's going to be in the high 30s and the 40s on Sunday night. Although I wish it would have been like it's been the last couple of weeks where it's like 5 degrees.
And yeah,
Because in San Diego wouldn't have to do anything to do. So I think they have a really good chance of getting divisional round. You know, I before I get into any picks or anything like that, you know, the Bills, they, as long as Josh Allen is on the Bills, like that's a threat. And that's why I think, you know, watching that game with the Patriots against the Bills, the Patriots went up 21-0 really quick, and then, you know, the Bills and Josh Allen just kind of willed them in there. And this is the time of the year where, you know, good quarterback play is what's going to define you.
mm-hmm.
And I think Josh Allen is, if I'm looking at all the quarterbacks that are still left and I look at all these teams, I think that Josh Allen is the best quarterback currently in the playoffs. I want to hear anything about Matthew Stafford. So, because Matthew Stafford is just barely better than Drake May. I just think that from a purely quarterback standpoint and the veteran stuff, you know, Josh Allen is the only one there that's going to be a tough one to go to, and I think anybody that goes against him is going to have a tough time. Obviously, you know, Aaron Rodgers is going to get destroyed by the Houston Texans, but I'll save that for later. But as far as the Patriots go, again, to reiterate, be happy to win this game. You know, if they lose this game, be a little bit disappointed, but the future is bright, which I'm assuming is, you know, for you from a Bear standpoint, like your future is bright. It's not. It doesn't come down to this year. Like Caleb Williams is not retiring next year, and Ben Johnson's not going anywhere. So, do you feel the same way, or would you be disappointed if they lose the?
No, because all right, now we'll get in the game because we will look at each game, and then at the end of all this, we're gonna do a fun parlay. But so looking at the Bears season, because again, you know, I've seen where they've been the last 15 years since Lovie Smith has left, and they've really gone.
It's been 15 years.
Yeah, 2010, 2011, 2012. So roughly 13, 14, 15.
Right.
But that's when, you know, everything went downhill. Yes, they had a couple playoff runs with Mitchell Trubisky. Double doink, you know, they were the number 1 seed somehow. Yeah, whatever. So, but yes, with Caleb Williams last year, you know, he had no coach, a very defensive minded coach who did not know how to use him. And I said this when Ben Johnson was signed, because Ben Johnson could have probably had his pick of wherever he wanted to go. Mm-hmm. You know, because he was the hot commodity, whether you believe in what he did or not, you know, because obviously some coach assistants come in hot. As you know, with your OC, you know, when he went to head coach, it's like, you know, he had like 1 or 2 good years and then fell off. But he chose here because he also knew, he's like, yes, he saw something Caleb Williams. He's like, he didn't have a good year, but I think I can work with him and make him into what he needs to be. And the way that the Bears have been winning is, I think, it's been the most shocking, because they've been winning games, which I'm so used to them just losing. Because if you remember, week 1, Minnesota, they had like a 2-touchdown lead going into like the final 5 minutes, and JJ McCarthy lit them the fuck up. And yeah, look where JJ McCarthy is now, but people are like, oh, same old Bears. Same old Bears. I'm like, week 2, because obviously they played Detroit. The only game that they got blown out. The only game that they, you know, because even everything else has come down to, a lot of the games that they've lost have come down to the last drive. And they got blown out. People are like, well, shit, you know, Ben Johnson should have known Detroit. And then it just turned. And yeah, they had a lot of close heart attack games. I think my blood pressure's gone through the roof. I'm surprised I have not been put in the hospital, joking aside. I'm excited because, again, you're right. The first round, all right, so going to your Patriots, you know, it also depends on Justin Herbert's hand, because he's recovering from a broken hand. That's why he didn't even play last week. But so I honestly think Patriots should beat the Chargers, especially in New England. You're in the cold weather. Even though the Chargers whooped their ass, I think, the end of the season last year, I'm like 2 different teams. So I think the Patriots should make it. The Bears, on the other hand, it's kind of tough because they lost.
Yeah, it's your rival.
It's a rival. They lost to the Packers in Green Bay, but they beat the Packers. And both games came down to the final play. Same thing. Caleb had a chance to score in the first game in Green Bay. Just couldn't fire it in there hard enough. Obviously intercepted, but what can you do? And then obviously we know the overtime game. A lot of lucky stuff happened. But you got to make your own luck. You got to keep yourself. And I think that's what the Bears... Bears have done. They kept it close, and they can keep it close with any team, and I think that's what makes them scary. Again, I don't expect if they even get to the NFC Championship round, I'll be like, holy shit, that'd be great. Then I'll leave it at that. I'm like, that's just a win-win. I'm like, I just need them to beat the Packers because I will tell you, Bears and Packers fans hate each other to a point.
Yeah.
I think Bears fans are more miserable. Packer fans are just
for sure.
No, Packer fans are more like Yankee fans. They think they're better than everyone else. We've heard it. If Aaron Rodgers had the weapons Tom Brady did, he would have 7 rings, 8 rings. We've had the most championships all time because including things before. So I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care.
It's just
like
speculation.
But
speculation.
It doesn't matter. It's all I hear is how great they are and this and that. And obviously because they're, a city-owned team, so I'm just like, I'm just done. Like, yeah, so I could care, I don't give shit to any other fans. There might be fun. They're the only ones I'm like, I can't stand them. I just hear them and I have friends who I'm like, just shut the fuck up. But anyhow, I got sidetracked. Got a little emotional there. But I want to say look at all 6 games. And at the end, you're going to take AFC, NFC, and we're going to do a fun little 2 different parlays, but we'll get to that. So, first game, Saturday afternoon, Rams at Panthers. So, yes, I know how you feel about Matthew Stafford and the MVP, just a little bit better than May. I don't know what's going to happen with the MVP. Whatever, but I'm sorry. I know it's in Carolina, but I'm sorry. Stafford and a lot of that team's been there before. They won a Super Bowl just 3-4 years ago. More high.
Why would you ever pick the Panthers? Like who's picking the Panthers in this fucking game?
This is the one game that's the biggest. I think Rams are 10.5 point favorites. It's the biggest discrepancy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, so let me ask you, Soto. I think we're both obviously feeling the Rams. But let me ask you, what is a way the Panthers could actually win? Like, could they, what do they have to do to even beat the Rams?
I mean, like, probably Stafford and Nuka or Puka would have to be out for the game.
Oh, so you're thinking injury. Yeah.
How else would they win?
Honestly, the only way, if I'm looking at this, and I'm not saying it's easy, their run game, they need to control, they need to have 3/4 of the clock. Time of possession, I mean. They got to keep Stafford and Puka off the field. If they can run the ball semi-successfully, and again, I'm not saying this is easy. I'm saying this is the only way Carolina can do it. Because I'm sorry, Bryce Young is not winning you any games.
No,
but
especially against Stafford. That's a joke.
But this will be good, kind of like Maine, different, but just this will be good experience for him, and this is the thing you want these young quarterbacks to do. But yes, if they can control the clock with Dowdle and Hubbard. It's just hard. That Rams defense is actually decent, I think, against the run.
Yes, they are. Yep,
and
they are.
I don't see it happening, but if somehow they have some success, and like I said, if they keep Stafford and put that offense off, it's the only way. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying this is how you do it. I just, that's the only way I can see him winning because Bryce Young is not going to light it up. They have some young receivers as well. They're not going to get in a shootout with the Rams. I'm sorry. Not this time around.
I don't think so.
No, we could be shocked. But
yeah, they need Cam Newton to come back.
I heard that Cam got pissed that Phillip Rivers came back and not him or something like that.
I know that whole thing. It's like he's like nobody called me. It's like, bro, any Patriots fan that watched Cam Newton, Cam Newton can't throw a football. Cam Newton sucks ass. When it's passed, it's passed. I'll say this because I watched the Phillip Rivers against the Niners game.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the entirety of it. And he was fucking pretty decent in that game. I think he had 277 yards, passing. Look, he's not throwing a tight spiral, but fucking neither was Peyton Manning at the end of his career. But he was doing stuff. He was reading defenses and all that stuff. And I'm sorry, this is going to sound like the most stupidest, obvious statement, and that's fine. I own it. You got to be able to throw the football to be a quarterback in the NFL. You just do, and
yeah,
that's it. And Cam Newton cannot do that. So
not anymore. Actually, I don't know if he ever could. I mean, yeah, he went to the Super Bowl once. I kind of forgot about that.
Someone says he dresses up like a Swiss chocolate salesman. That's what he is now. He's a personality. He is what he is on ESPN. He's making perfect money. He doesn't have to get hit by anybody. And he did get a little bit of clout from that little area, and obviously you heard about it. But Cam Newton can't play football, man. He can't play football.
But yeah, I think we're
But
both in
that's
agreement.
what the Panthers need in order for them to have it.
No, I agree. Bryce Young doesn't have it yet. Kenny eventually, yes, but right now, no. Now
No.
they're lucky to they lost their way into the playoffs. I mean, really think about that. I think
they need like a Sam Darnold or like a Baker Mayfield.
Correct.
They would need a quarterback like that. Well, I wonder where you get quarterbacks like that. I don't know why the Panthers don't get guys like that.
I don't know. I don't know. All right, so the Saturday night game is Green Bay at Chicago.
Ooh.
And it's on Prime. I'll be watching this.
You're a lucky bastard, man. Your game's on Saturday night. You're fucking lucky.
Your game's on Sunday night.
Yeah, I have to fucking work the next day. Like, you don't have to fucking work on Sunday, do you?
Well, no, I don't. But they got this. That's the prime time slot. They're showing off the Patriots. But we're gonna get to the Pats in a second.
Of course.
Packers Bears. Yes. I mentioned earlier they split. The season, and this game I think is going to come down to the wire again. And yeah, I maybe there's a little bias, but the fact that it's in Chicago, and I will tell you this: the Chicago Bears end up winning, Soldier Field's going to be the loudest stadium out of any of the 6 stadiums right now. That pop, as we like to say in wrestling, is going to be so fucking huge because they have not won a playoff game since 2010, if we remember the Cutler years, and it's against the Packers.
I was friends with you.
Yeah, say what?
I said I do. I was friends with you.
Yeah, we were. we still are. So yeah, but here's the thing. I know Chicago can win this game. I also know Chicago can lose this game. Because Jordan Love is back. They're both teams are getting people back from it. Rome's coming back to play. The Bears safety, Gordon's coming back, cornerback's coming back. So they're both getting healthy. So yes, I know Chicago can beat them. I also know Green Bay. But the fact that it's in Chicago, the fact that Ben Johnson's probably going to pull out all the stops here. Like I said, I mean, maybe a little bias. I don't think Jordan Love is as elite as people think. Is he good? Yeah, he's good. Yes. He's just not elite. But he does what he needs to do right now for Green Bay. But they also lost Parsons, and they have some key injuries. So, I'm thinking Chicago. I don't know how you feel about this game. I don't know.
Oh, no. I have actually, I agree with you simply for the fact that I feel like that it is the way that the Bears season has gone and the quote unquote magic that they've had. This is their game to win. I'm not at all to me, in my mind, they're the favorite to win this game. Now, could they choke this game? Absolutely. But I think with just their general aura and everything else that's been going on this year, I don't see them losing this game. Of course, anything can happen. I'm not saying I can predict it, but it just feels like from a storyline perspective and just the way that everything's going, and they're going to be at home in Soldier Field. I think that they have a really, 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 really solid chance of winning this game. I would be surprised if they lost to the Packers.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've just seen so many years of it. So, but I also just see
the
NFC, but the NFC is so tough, and by that I mean, like I said, we're going to be talking about some of these games. Well, we're going to get to it because if you look at some of the other matchups, and we're going to kind of figure it out. But you look at any of these teams can beat any of these teams. I know any given Sunday, but I don't think the Panthers beat. I'm just saying. Here's an interesting game going to now Sunday afternoon, the 1:00 game. So I guess the earlier game, Bills at Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence has been having a year. I mean, I'm not saying he's having an MVP year, but I don't know what he turned on the second half of the year. I not that I haven't been. I think I'm now more impressed by what he's been doing. I know he was always decent, but he's kind of now stepped it up. Can Jacksonville win this game against Buffalo? Who do you think's And we're going to talk about this again later. But who do you think's going to win this game? How? I don't know, because you also mentioned Josh Allen. I don't know who to pick here. So what are your thoughts?
I'm picking the Bills in this game, to be quite honest with you. This is big boy time. Can I see the Bills losing this game to Jacksonville? Yes. But I just feel that this is big boy time. I think that the Bills, they feel like they should have won the division. They were close to it. It's the first time they've lost the division. They're in the wild card now, and I think that they're going to come out pretty solid against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's unproven. I did not expect Jacksonville to get to the playoffs. You probably didn't either. And with these teams getting the playoffs, I mean, they are at home, so that bodes well for their defense. But I really do have to give the edge here. I think that Josh Allen, and this is a common theme that I'm going to have, on here, except for like one game that I see. But I tend to lean towards the better QB matchup than anything else. And I think that Josh Allen, to me, until he's proven not, I think Josh Allen's in that class of Patrick Mahomes of being like, this is like the old guard. And it's kind of overdue for Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson to like get advanced in the playoffs. So I really cannot see the Bills dropping this one. I would laugh if
because again, you have one of the best QBs in the league in Buffalo. I mean, yes, you can be argued
top 3
MVP easily
in the NFL.
And he's been in the playoffs time and time. He just hasn't got over that hump. And now without Mahomes, without Jackson, without Burrow. But you're right. Jacksonville doesn't have the experience as Buffalo does.
So just a question for you. Who's a better quarterback than Josh Allen in the NFL right now?
Just the playoffs or overall?
No, just overall. Like if you had to start your team with the best quarterback.
Well,
not to build them for 3. All right, let's say you need to win a season, right? You need to get to the Super Bowl. You need to win the Super Bowl, right? It's not about, the future or anything like that. Right now, who are you taking to start your quarterback for? Like,
I can't see how anyone else couldn't pick Josh Allen if you had the ones. Just if you look at this season, and I am going to look at just this season, but look at the past too, and here you'll see my point. Josh Allen, we just mentioned Patrick Mahomes. Yes, he got injured, but the Chiefs were on a downslide before that. Lamar Jackson, I've said, weirdly enough, I'm like, I actually thought they might have made a run, but he's also choked in the big game. Joe Burrow made the Super Bowl, and those 3 quarterbacks are out. Josh Allen is still in. The difference is with him and a lot of those, like, sometimes he's doing it with less. I'm not trying to compare it, but like what we talked about with Tom Brady some seasons. Josh Allen will, just Josh Allen can actually run. But Josh Allen,
yes.
Let's be honest, but Josh Allen can take that Buffalo team, put it on the offense, put it on his back, and says,
yes.
So yeah, I 100% would do that. Yeah, he's going to have his ups and downs, but all QBs have. We've seen it this year. Some QB, you have bad games, but he's been there time and time again. And now the fact that there is no Mahomes, there is no Lamar, there is no Joe, he's still doing it. When times are like, because you look at New England, obviously they surpassed. They won the division. So people are now asking, is Josh Allen's time up? Like, because, did we miss the window? And he's looking, he's like, no. And you're right. If Bills face Pats, it's going to be a crazy game, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh my God, yeah.
But if I had to pick any QB to win, and Josh Allen's easily, you can, because he can run. He knows he can throw it, he can run it, and like I said, he can just, it's insane. So I'm looking at the history, but looking at his kind of around his class this year and what they've not accomplished. And I get it, Burrow was injured. But even if you look the last couple seasons, I don't know.
Always injured.
I know. But if Allen had like a Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, holy fucking shit.
Just a fucking T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Or if you give Josh Allen fucking Puka Nacua.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Or like fucking, JSN. Like,
JSN
it's like these fucking horses. And he's gonna light you the fuck up. Give him a goddamn fucking tight end. As well. Like this guy's gonna tear it apart. And I'm talking about creating a team where it's like it's not fantasy. You just pick the team that you think is going to be the best team from quarterback, wide receiver room, running backs, all that stuff. Go with Josh Allen. I would. And I've seen it with my own eyeballs. I've seen him obviously at the division. And it's like, he's the guy is solid. It's like, Drake May has comparisons to Josh Allen. And I think that until you knock Josh Allen off, Trevor Lawrence wise, because Trevor Lawrence has had a nice year, but Trevor Lawrence has been a disappointment for his career so far.
Correct.
But that's fine. It doesn't matter because all that matters is what you do lately. But he came out number 1. He was like the darling. Now, the Jacksonville team has always been mismanaged. And so they're having a surprise year this year, and he is still talented, but he hasn't done shit in the NFL. And until you fucking start winning you don't get to be in the conversations with anybody. So if he wins, like it'll definitely be, and if he's part of like why they won, Trevor Lawrence will go up on that list a little bit. But Josh Allen is still the man right now.
So we go to the Sunday afternoon 4:30 game. 49ers at Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
So I will tell you right now, it's in Philly.
Yeah.
This is tough. This is a tough one, but
Tough one.
only, and I don't want to use recency bias because I know San Fran kind of choked against Seattle a little bit, scoring.
They certainly did. They scored 3 points.
But
they did not show up to work.
No, they didn't. They definitely did not. This might be one of the harder ones for me to decide.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But looking at everything and looking at that everyone's healthy now.
Yep.
I know it's in Philly,
mm-hmm.
but a part of me is saying San Fran. I think San Fran can pull this off. I think Kittle's coming back. Obviously they got McCaffrey, who's the number one back this year, yardage wise and all that shit. Philly, it's just I don't want to say they've fallen down totally, but they've definitely taken steps back from their Super Bowl run last year. Can Philly win this? Probably. Kind of similar to what I said. If they can control the clock, I mean, they got Saquon Barkley, but even Barkley hasn't had the year. So, yeah, Philly could win, but I just think there's something. San Fran got here with Purdy missing, with Mac Jones playing 8 games. I want you to remember that. Mac fucking Jones played half the season, and the Niners almost had, if they would have beat Seattle, they would have had the number 1 spot. Uh-huh. Now, yes, they choked. Again, I've said that happens. Good teams are going to lose games that they should not have lost. I mean, you've seen Brady, come in and then somehow play Miami and Miami wins. So you're like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
Many times. So, he couldn't go down there. He was like, that was his Achilles heel.
So I don't want to hold what happened with Seattle against, but I there's just something more broken about Philadelphia. I would put my stock in the Niners more. I don't know how you feel, but I just feel like the Niners are a better fit right now. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up to me, but I lean Eagles at home. I like defenses that play at home, especially good ones that play at home, and I think San Francisco is kind of a little bit of a smoke and mirrors thing. They looked really good against the Colts, but the Colts had a fucking fall from grace.
Okay.
That was generational. Okay. Like, I mean, we were talking about them being like, going against real tests when they were like 8-1 and shit. And then they just fell hard. And then, they got so desperate they had to fucking bring Phillip Rivers' corpse back from retirement. Just because, they had heard it worked for Joe Flacco. So, it makes Aaron Rodgers feel good because he knows that he could still play for probably till he's 45. But, slight edge to the Eagles on here. I know the Eagles have not been the Eagles this year. We've seen it. But I don't think that San Francisco is a strong enough team to upset them at home. That's what my take is on it. So, again, slight edge for me for the Eagles.
Okay. So now let's go to your Sunday night game that you're dreading because you have to wake up Monday morning.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's a fucking 8:30 at night. It's like, so now it's like I gotta fucking chill out and drinking. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't want to be hungover the next day because it's like, a good friend of mine said it's like, your team can win the Super Bowl and it can feel great. You still have to go to work the next day. Like, you don't get to cheer with them and like be in their locker room. So that's how I feel about this Sunday night game. But I'm assuming it's like, I think you kind of know where I'm leaning with this game. Obviously.
Oh, we've already talked about it. I cannot see how the Chargers can win this. I will say this.
I think the Patriots lose to the
can.
Raiders this year. Like the Patriots lost to the Raiders. I saw that with my eyeballs.
That was early on.
The Patriots lost to the Steelers and had 5 turnovers in that game. I saw that.
You did
with my eyeballs. So. It can happen.
I will tell you this: if the Pats played the Texans the first round, I would have been scared for the Pats. That's because that Texans. I think the Pats got lucky with the Chargers first round, like how that LA.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! It's the best matchup. Like, absolutely
correct. Yes, of course, LA. Of course they could win. They shouldn't win. This
No,
this is to me the Chargers
this
are like
is
one of the other teams that shouldn't be here right now. Like the
Western
Panthers.
teams coming into New England in this time of the year. They do not win here. That's like our brand. It is what it is. It's like, it's a point of pride. I'm sure Chicago
Same
has this
way.
same kind of
And
like
Green
thing where
Bay.
it's like,
Yeah, that Midwest. Yeah.
yeah, where it's like, oh, okay, you're a bitch who lives in a warm weather place. Like, so you're taking out that aggression that we live out in 4 seasons, and other people are like, it's 75 all the time, and we think they're soft. But they come here all the time, and it started with the Raiders and the Tuck Rule game, and it's like, you come here when it's fucking shitty out, you're not gonna fucking win. And I think that tradition is going to continue with the Patriots and Chargers. I think they lucked out in that situation. And so, yeah, I can imagine the Patriots. I think it'll be closer than anything. It might be within a score or two. But I think that, and hell, it might even come down to the last bit. But I think the Patriots are just a better team. They're better coached. Their running game is sick. Their passing game is awesome. Defense a little bit questionable, as far as being like what I would consider Super Bowl caliber defense. So their defense kind of iffy, but their offense is great. And I think if they're clicking, it's going to be tough. They could match up with the Chargers pretty easily. So my pick is the Patriots, because I think they're going to go against the Bills in the next round. And I think that's the matchup that I'm really going to shit my pants on.
Well, they might, depending on how you vote for this one. Texans and Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
That Texans D against Aaron Rodgers. What do you think?
I hope that they hit him really hard.
So do I. But
because I have a feeling I know how his body will react to this kind of thing, and I've never been a fan of Aaron Rodgers. I wish him nothing but bad luck on the football field.
Like the Jets opening drive. What was it?
Yeah, like him holding the flag coming out. Look, I mean, I do think the Texans are going to absolutely just kick the shit out of the Steelers. And I hope that that's what happens. But my pick is obviously the Texans. I think it's yours too.
Oh, I agree. So Soto, real quick before we're gonna parlay, let's finish this season off. I'm gonna have you take we kind of agreed all except for one, the Niners Eagles. So I'm gonna have you take the AFC side. So real quick, so the winners that happened that we just said. Here's what the next matchups would be: Buffalo at Denver.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yep. Bills are the 6th seed.
Yep. I'm looking at the practice. Yep. I'm looking at it now. Yep.
Yep. So Denver and Buffalo, who's winning here, Soto?
If Denver and Buffalo, we're going.
We're now in the divisional round. Based on what we just said, this is the matchup. Yeah. It would be Buffalo because they're the 6th seed. They'd be going to Denver. So who would win? We're gonna get, because this is our last time we do this.
I'm picking Buffalo, dude.
I can see that. Denver, I think, can beat a lot of teams with that defense.
Denver's a fraud.
I'm saying defense.
Denver's a little fraudish. This is big boy time. I'm telling you. I think the Bills could go into Denver because at this point it's like, have you been there?
Mm-hmm.
And these are the bright fucking lights, right?
They are.
And if you've been there, it's not a big deal. If you haven't been there, you're going to do shit that you've never done before because you're fucking frazzled. Happens all the time. You've seen it a gajillion times. Yes, there are examples where people rise up to the occasion, but there's a lot of examples where people fumble where they shouldn't be fumbling.
So question 2. Houston at New England. That would be the next matchup.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's cold.
Probably will be. We're getting further into January here.
I'm hoping it's fucking cold as fuck because that would be like next week. I think it's actually kind of warming up in January, so maybe. I mean, I still think I still have to go with the Patriots at home. I don't think it'll be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but Drake May has gone against. I know he's gone. People are like, "Oh, cupcake schedule," but he's gone against some stout defenses, and he's done his thing. So I'd give the slight edge to the Patriots on that.
All right, so let's go to the NFC side.
Patriots AFC championship game against the Bills, dude.
We're going to get there in a second. You're going to pick that in a second. Let's go to the NFC side. Don't get ahead of me here. So based on what we just picked, and I'm going to take because I'm going to take NFC for the parlays. We're going to say Niners beat Philly. They upset Philly. So it's going to be.
We're doing parlays.
Well, no, not now. We're going to quickly go through.
Right.
Because I have one question afterward. But we're just since we're here, we're going to go all the way Seattle or San Fran at Seattle. We just saw Seattle whoop the shit out of San Fran, and I think Seattle would do it again. I mean, I don't know.
I think so too. I don't have any reason to believe they wouldn't.
And even if they would have got Philly here, I still think Seattle would move on. That Seattle's D is fucking scary, and they have a decent run game. They have 2 good backs,
and they have a great wide receiver. And Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold. Like he's a decent quarterback.
So now comes an interesting thing since we've been talking about Matthew Stafford. LA Rams at Chicago. In Chicago.
Oh, dude, I'm taking Chicago all the way in that situation just because of the weather.
Even with Puka and the Stafford, the Rams scare me more than the Packers.
Yeah, but if you're outdoors, that's an impact.
That's true.
That changes shit. And these soft ass motherfuckers from California, man, they don't know what it's like to be up here.
All right, so let's just do this real quick before we get to the parlays and end this. So you got your AFC Championship game, Buffalo at New England.
Yeah. Oh God. Can you imagine?
It's come down to the.
Holy
this is
fuck.
Everything that you said about Chicago and Green Bay week 1 or the first week of the playoffs getting past. Yeah. Now is happening here in the AFC Championship game.
Oh, it's like my arch nemesis, dude. It's like because that's the wall, right? So, and I know that, and I've seen them come back from 21. I know what they can do. It's terrifying.
Coldness is not going to be a factor against Buffalo.
Yep.
So what are you thinking? Do you think?
Patriots and Bills, dude. Are you serious? You're asking me to say if the Patriots go to the fucking Super Bowl?
Yes. No one's listening.
Fucking hell!
We're just gonna leave it at the Super Bowl.
Shit. Dude, we're about to predict the Patriots versus the Bears in the Super Bowl.
I don't know about that.
You understand that? I hope that you understand that this has all come down to literally us saying the Bears and the Pats in the Super Bowl. Because I'm picking the Pats to go, baby.
All right.
I'm picking the Pats. I'm fucking going for it, dude. I can't fucking believe that it ended up this way.
All right, so hold on. We're not there yet. I'm trying to do. So now we're at Chicago going to Seattle.
Ooh, I know. Seattle. Ooh, maybe I don't pick the Bears in this situation. Damn, I don't know because I would take the Bears at Soldier, but I wouldn't. I don't know. The Bears going there, it's a different story.
It's true. But like I said, Chicago plays up and down to their. I don't know. But yeah, the same thing because you do got JSN. Oh, come on, phone. I'm trying to. So you're thinking Seattle?
I mean, I would take Seattle at home, slight edge. As much as I want to root for the Bears and what is it, the 40th anniversary of Pats and Bears, that'd be hilarious. I almost feel like we should just choose the Bears just to see if it happens. At least it makes some fucking money out of it.
Well, we'll talk about that. So let's just for now, let's just say Seattle because if it's Seattle and oh my God, Seattle and New England, this is a flashback to what
2013.
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
Do you think New England can beat Seattle?
I mean, what am I going to say? No at this point?
Yeah, probably.
No, I'll ride the Patriots, dude. I mean, fuck. I'm embarrassed, but yes.
Okay, well, all right. So let's. So
anything is possible. Fucking hell, man.
All right. So real quick, we're gonna do this. This weekend game. So, we're gonna do a quick parlay. You're gonna take AFC. So Buffalo and Jacksonville. You said Buffalo's gonna win, correct?
Yep, correct.
We're obviously taking the Patriots over Chargers, and you said Houston over Steelers, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
All right. So Soto, last thing. We gotta get a little spicy. Give me a touchdown score, anyone in the Buffalo Jacksonville game.
I'm gonna go with my boy Cook, dude. I went with him last time, and I think he collected on that. What other options does Josh Allen have besides his fucking tight ends?
True, or Josh Allen.
What did I say? Who did I say?
You said Cook, James Cook.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know he could. I know that Josh Allen could as well, but I feel like it's more likely that it'll be Cook, either
Yeah.
in a running or in a touchdown. He's
Correct.
just such a huge part of their offense.
All right, so James Cook to score a touchdown. Let's go to Chargers at Patriots.
Mhm.
Give me a touchdown score, either side.
I'm gonna go with Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay. And Houston and Pittsburgh. Same thing. Anyone?
God, dude, who's even on the Who even scores for the Texans? Do you
Well,
know?
Texans has Nico Collins, Woody Marks, Dalton Schultz, Jaden Higgins. Houston defense.
Yeah.
I'm going in order of probability here. And then you could go Pittsburgh. You could say Kenneth Gainwell, DK Metcalf, Jalen Warren, Pat Fryermuth. Because remember, you don't have to pick a touchdown score from the winner. I'm just anyone.
No, I know. I have to.
Or you can pick a defense if you think Aaron Rodgers is going to throw a pick six.
Hilarious. I feel like he will, but I don't know. Do you feel like he will?
I don't know. I don't think he will, but anything's possible. I mean,
All right, you know what? I'll go safe and do like Woody Marks. So I've chosen 3 running backs.
All right, so let's see. I'm just double checking this.
Woody Marks, Cook, Ramondre.
Yep. So we got Buffalo Bills with the James Cook's anytime touchdown, New England Patriots with Stevenson anytime, and Texans with Woody Marks. Any other ones you want to change? Do you want to change any of these, or I'm just giving you before we officially put this in?
Fucking yeah, lock it in.
All right. So I'm going to add a 20% boost. I'm going to make this a $5 bet because I like to go big for playoffs. We're going to go big together. If you win, Soto, $181.20. Bam.
Nice.
All right. So now I'm going to do the NFC side separate. Hold on a sec. I got to go back to the game lines. I am going to take the Bears. Were they enough? They are not favored.
Interesting.
You know what? I'm going to stick to my guts. I am still going to say the Niners because I said it. And where's the other game? Oh, the first one. And yeah, the Rams. That's easy. Touchdown scorers. I got to take Puka. I feel like that's... It seems safe, but I have to.
Yeah.
For the Bears, actually, even though Rome is back, I feel like this might be a game with tight ends. I am going to pick Colson Loveland. He's been he's actually the lead. He's the leading receiver right now because Rome was out for like 3-4 weeks. Colson Loveland, so I'm like, I think we're going to see a lot of tight end trickery in this game. Keep it short, so I think Colson Loveland's going to pull off the TD.
Ed Johnson's a big tight end guy. Yeah,
he is. And Loveland being the rookie this year, I think he's going to get it. In the Niners game, I know why. I have to do McCaffrey. I mean, I know the odds aren't there, but it's like I have to do McCaffrey. Like he's got the worst.
That's part of their offense, man.
Yeah. All right, so let me just look. I'm just double checking. I put all this in correctly. Chicago Bears win. Colson Loveland score. Niners win. McCaffrey scores. Rams win. Puka scores. Also a $5 bet. Adding the 20%. Obviously, I took a little more chances. $259 there, Soto.
Hey, that's pretty cool, man.
All right, so we're not even gonna do one more, but hold on a sec. Let me just let me see if I can do this. Oh, I can't. I was hoping I was trying to find a way if I can pick a Super Bowl matchup. And it's here we go. Okay. Hold on, Soto. Just for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to put some money on Patriots versus Bears to make the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter who wins. To make.
That's fine.
I'm just going to throw in $5 because if it's Pats versus Bears, we will win $280.
That's it.
Plus 5,500.
Like it'd be a long shot, but I guess
it's the longest. Hold on, it's not the longest shot. The longest shot.
Of course, it's like Panthers versus like Jaguars or something like that.
Almost. Who else could be in the AFC?
Steelers?
Versus Panthers is the longest shot at plus 100,000. So out of
That would
curiosity,
be the
hold on.
worst Super Bowl. I might take the next fantasy year off if that happens.
Oh, let me put the bet. So let me just put this in perspective. I'm not going to put the bet in. I just had a. So Pats and Bears are officially in. If we were to bet 5 on Steelers versus Panthers, the payout, Soto, is $5,005.
Of course. It's not going to happen.
I know.
You know, there's no chance of that fucking shit happening. There's no chance of that happening. Not at all. Not at all.
No.
Not even a little bit. Hell no.
But that was, and then, yeah.
So many bad things would have to happen for that to occur. A lot of things would need to happen.
The best matchup possible right now. So I will say this. The New England-Seattle matchup is the third most favored.
Oh,
so
interesting.
Third. First favored is Denver versus Seattle. Second favored is Denver versus LA. Chicago's biggest favorite to play, I'm just looking. Denver at Chicago was like plus 3,500. Pats. So yeah, Denver is more favored than Pats right now. But we put in our bets. It's in there. Nothing more we can do. It's out of my hands. Big money game. So that's it, Soto. This is probably the end of, we'll see. If somehow it's Pats versus Bears in the Super Bowl, we will do another live thing for the fun of it. Right. I will say this, though. At the beginning of the year, because I had so many free bets, what I did is I kept every time, I did like 6-7 bets pre-season of Super Bowl winners. Hey, if this team went, I even had I put free $5 on the Chiefs. So I had 8 teams because I had all these free bets. I'm like, you know what? I will take my chance. So I have Buffalo, I have Philly. I've said put a free bet for Chicago. I did put one in for Baltimore, lost that. I put one in for Washington because I'm like, well, hell, they made the NFC Championship game. Chiefs, Bengals, but I do have Niners and I do have Packers. I'm like, fuck it. And I had Lions. I had a free bet in there for the Lions. I did not obviously put a free bet for the Patriots because at the beginning of the season, I wasn't thinking either of these teams would make it. But here we are, Soto. Bears and Patriots in the playoffs, both number 2 seeds.
It's an actual chance of that happening. It can actually potentially happen. Mm-hmm. And if it does,
we're going to win $280 or whatever I said.
Crazy end to our fucking season.
Yeah, so, and then we'll see if we win the parlays. But yeah, we'll go. That's pretty much it. Anything you want to add about this season? Now that it's pretty much over, we're going to playoff time. I
think we got a good handle on everything that's going on. And I have personally liked it this season. The season's been unpredictable. It's had great storylines. It's not the same old bullshit. It's it feels like a new, fresh thing. So I'm excited to see how it ends. And I hope that my team is at the end.
Same. All right, that will do it. And no more to add. And hopefully in about 3 or 4 weeks, we do this again because both our teams are there. But if not, maybe we will. Depends on our time. But that'll do it. This has been a great season. And I can't call it. And that's what I like about it. So, all right, that'll do it. Have a good one. And if we don't talk again, we'll see you next year for a new round of NFL and fantasy.